What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new series on That Franchise Guy. I'm Marcus Whitman, and we are going to be doing a full playthrough rebuild of the San Francisco 49ers. This is the team you guys voted for on Twitter, so this is what we're going with, and the purpose of this series is to get that Tom Brady Legacy Award achievement. I have played Madden 17 over 1,000 hours, and I have yet to reach completion. Get your mind out of the damn gutter, people. I'm talking about achievements. So we are going to step into the shoes of Kyle Shanahan. We're going to do this as a general manager approach. We're not going to play a single game. So we're going to really rely on the moves we make to have success as a coach. And I'm thinking it's going to take about 8 to 10 years to get that achievement done. Let me know in the comments below how many years you think it's going to take. Luckily, we're going to get through each season pretty quickly. I think each episode is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes, and it'll be a whole season packed into one episode because we're not playing any games. So we're just going to walk through the moves I make. We'll take a look each week how the team does quickly, but we're going to move through each season pretty fast. So let's jump right into it here in the preseason. So here we are in week 1. I just went through and edited some stuff just to kind of patch up the roster a little bit. So editing the skin tone of players that I've talked about in my roster in the past that are off, so like Ryan Switzer. And I also edited the development of a bunch of guys, just based on guys that broke out last year or rookies that I really like, and just a few guys I made slow. So first thing I always like to do when I start a new franchise is see what moves have happened, because there's usually a few moves that happen before preseason week 1. So we've got Charles Sims heading to the Redskins for some picks, Brian Robeson heading to the Vikings. Let's see what else we have. Luke Wilson and Arthur Moats were swapped. The Bucks pick up some picks for Clinton McDonald and Richard Rodgers heading to the Jets. All right, so we are going to do our weekly training here. I'm just going to kind of fast forward through this, but I am going to focus on the tight end and offensive line if that's an option. And then on defense, I want to focus on the front 7 to make that kind of the strength of this 49ers team. So it looks like we can't do tight end and offensive line, so we're going to focus on offensive line and running back. And then defensively, we got D-line and linebackers. Our focus players here, I think we're going to keep these 3 right here because I really want to make that front 7 a strength. And just one quick thing with the timing of this, I did just do my 49ers deep dive, so definitely check that out. Get kind of in the right mindset for preparing for where this team stands heading into next season. I'll post a card above here so you can click on that and watch that real quick. All right, so no cuts to be made, and we're not going to worry about the depth chart until we get through the preseason, so we're going to go ahead and advance here. All right, week 2. Still no cuts, so we're going to keep moving. Also, I forgot to turn up XP sliders, so I'm going to do that real quick. I'll fast forward here so you can see what I do for my XP sliders. And we have our first injury of the season. It's not a bad one, Brock Coyle. We do have coach firing turned off just for the first year, just because I know a lot of people get fired after the first year, and we might not be that good after the first season. So in terms of cuts, I always hate making cuts, but we'll probably just get rid of Raheem Mostert. I know he's fast, but I don't see him making this team, and I don't think he's practice squad eligible. Actually, before we do that, because he might be eligible for the practice squad, let's see. Yeah, here's someone older that's not going to make an impact. Because as of next week, we'll be able to put guys on the practice squad. I'm not really worried about this cap penalty here. Cap really shouldn't be a problem for us. All right. And we should probably check free agency too, just because there are cuts at this time of year. So Ben Grubbs gets released. Actually, I think he's normally not on a team now that I say that. Let's just do this by age. Johnny Manziel still there. By the way, this is going to be a realistic rebuild. We're not going to make a ton of trades. We're going to really do this as a sim league and try and do this the right way. You can really exploit this game and get whatever you want, so I'm not going to do that. Let's see, Robert Davis got released from the Jets. Noah Brown gets released by the Cowboys. And that might actually be a decent signing there. Austin Carr available as well. So I am going to sign Noah Brown just because that receiving group really is pretty bad, and we're going to need to develop some guys there. He's kind of a big physical guy. I think he was a 7th round pick for Dallas. So not a huge surprise getting released there. Let's see, offensive line, it should be pretty hard to find anyone. I'm not really going to look here. Maybe a middle linebacker. Not seeing anyone here. A few rookies getting released. I'm going to sign Kivari Russell just because he has that physical upside. Josh Harvey Clemens gets released. I might sign him too. He's a 7th round pick for the Redskins. So we'll bring him in. That's probably good for now. We're going to have to make more cuts now. Sometimes if you go through by position, it makes it a little easier. So we did sign a receiver, so we can probably let Smelter go. Tight end, I don't see Logan Paulson getting on the field. We're going to let him go. And then with the signing of Clemens, we can probably let one of these safeties go too. So we're going to let Don Jones go. All right, on to week 4. One more new injury. And it's Keith Reeser, the corner, going out for pretty much the season there with a foot fracture. Let's just IR him because that's one less cut we have to make. And now we can't actually release him when he was actually probably going to be a release. So kind of poor timing there, but not the end of the world. All right, let's take a look at these cuts. Blake Bell, let's put him on the practice squad. I think we can probably practice squad Noah Brown as well. And Mozart, we can actually practice squad, so good thing we didn't cut him. And now I'm going to go through by position. Quarterback, we probably don't need all 3 of these guys. I'm going to release Matt Barkley. We are going to start Brian Hoyer. We'll keep all these guys at running back. I think I'm going to let Jeremy Curley go. I just don't see him getting involved enough. And then if another receiver gets cut, I know a lot of teams release a lot of receivers. They only keep like 5 receivers, which I actually made a video complaining about that about Madden because most teams will keep 6 or 7, but we could definitely see releasing Aldrick Robinson for one of those guys, but we'll keep him for now. These last 4 cuts are going to be a little harder. A lot of these young guys are going to get playing time, so we don't want to release too many, or practice squad too many young guys. I think I'm actually going to release Quan Williams and practice squad Kivari. And then we should be able to, let's cut Vinny Sinceri and, one more to go. Maybe we practice squad Aaron Burbridge. What's his agility? Yeah, we're going to practice squad Burbridge. And then I am actually going to, because I do like Josh Harvey Clemens, I think I had to get him a little bit underweight. I'm just going to look up real quick what he actually weighs and edit that. Because you can edit it in franchise mode, you can't in roster creation. So if you're using my roster, I recommend you do this kind of stuff. So he's actually 6'5", 215. Let's see what he was at the combine. 6'4", 217. So we'll bump him up 10 pounds. Just because we might end up playing him at linebacker a little bit, like the Redskins might do in real life. And might as well look at his age too. So he is 23. All right. When we advance, we'll take a look at who else gets released here and maybe pick up some more young receivers. Now, if someone gets released that I think has no chance in real life of getting released, I'm not gonna sign them. That's a big flaw in this game. I've seen Laquan Treadwell, Curtis Samuel get released at this point, and that's just so dumb. I don't understand how the value system works, but that's something that should really be fixed in Madden 18, which comes out in a few months, by the way. Actually, no, a few weeks, probably about 6 weeks from this recording. All right, so advancing to week 1 of the regular season.